Like we're adults.
Right.
And we're going to get through it.
Right.
Or we ain't going to get through it.
Right.
Right. We're adults in this space.
Right.
This is a young kid.
Right.
Who has already got a negative impact.
Dwyane Wade admitted he maintains the facade of a perfect marriage with Gabrielle Union just for their children. But are they okay with such a sacrifice? Today, we will tell you how the parents' relationship struggles affected them. After all, saying that in this family kids are loved equally is a myth. Is it true that Gabrielle became a stepmother against her will? And what, according to Wade's ex-wife, hides behind the image of a perfect daddy? Love for kids has nothing to do with it. Although Dwyane will claim the opposite. He is the most loving father, and to prove it, he is even willing to risk marriage to Gabrielle Union. So, Wade recently threw his illegitimate son Xavier a dream birthday. On November 10, 2023, the boy turned 10, and his dad took him to LA Lakers to watch his idol, LeBron James, play. A year earlier, he and the boy's mother, Metoyer, threw their son a Lego-themed party. Why is this a problem? Prior to this, Xavier had barely been mentioned in interviews, and the boy appeared with his father in public only a few times, including when Wade was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Union demanded to keep the boy away. Watch to the end, and we will tell you what the actress said about the illegitimate son of her man. And most importantly, why is Gabi horrified her husband is trying to get closer to the homewrecker, Metoyer, and their child? She feels Dwyane's patience with her is wearing thin.
Anybody out there, I'm open. I just need to get away from being fifth lead in my house. I'm like fifth lead in this house now. The dogs are above me at this point.
Gabrielle is a monster wife. She was so irritated to see her husband at home 24/7 after he retired. She made him get a job. Thus, the former athlete bought shares in the Chicago Sky, Utah Jazz, and Real Salt Lake teams and co-founded their brand, proudly. His money-losing wine brand, Wade Cellars, began to turn a profit only now that Gabi had forced her husband to take it seriously. Over the past 4 years, sales have grown from 1,000 cases per year to 12,000, and instead of 4 markets in 2019, it's now sold in 42, including the USA, Canada, Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and China. Why do we claim Union is behind this success? Wade does not hide she's in charge.
We won't be moving. I got very strict directions, Jimmy, once I retired that I have to live wherever my wife tells us we have to live. So LA is where we're gonna live.
Her iron grip makes kids suffer. Yes, she took Zaya to her first pride. Sure, she did IVF for 5 years and destroyed what was left of her health to have Wade's daughter. But behind such dedication was not a love for children, and all 3 of them soon saw how the image of best friend and cool mom collapsed before their eyes. In 2017, the actress told People magazine,
"I never wanted kids. Then I became a stepmom, and there was no place I'd rather be than with them."
At the age of 30, Gabi was diagnosed with perimenopause, which canceled out her plans to become a mother. But for the successful Hollywood actress and party girl, that was not a problem. She took care of her parents and nephews, her life was full. And then she met a divorced father of 2, who took in raising a third, Dwyane Morris. The girl, who had been a regular at the Magic City Exotic Club for years and could tip dancers up to $10,000, first tried to introduce her boyfriend to her lifestyle.
I would see some of his teammates, who shall remain nameless, but you know who you are. I would see some of his teammates, but he would be like, "No, I'm gonna go home."
But he refused because his children were waiting for him at home. Plus, he was a professional athlete. His sleep and nutritional regime should not be disrupted. To stay with such a man, Gabi had to make a plan.
Like, your family was nervous that Dwyane was gonna take your money?
Yes. Well, because it had happened before. There was some precedent there, otherwise known as my first marriage.
Right.
She signed a prenup allegedly to protect her savings, but the real reason was much more interesting. The difference in the couple's income was colossal. Wade was worth almost 5 times more than his wife, so Gabi continued to build a career and keep up with her husband. At least, that's what she tells everyone. There is an opinion Union ran to the set not for something, but from,
"They thought I shouldn't work. I should be at home like the other moms." They just wanted to be normal, whatever that is.
The actress admitted on the Goop podcast that Xavier begged her to become a stay-at-home mom. After all, their father is rich. Why should she leave for filming that lasts for months? Due to Union's diagnosis, she developed depression, which did not allow the actress to enjoy family happiness. Moreover, attempts to conceive a child failed over and over again. After the first time, Wade and his wife decided not to tell their children about their failures.
We just assumed that nothing bad was happening. But they knew. They knew every time.
Wow.
Because we're all in the house together, and you can't really hide things from your family in that kind of way, and not for that long.
Raising children from another woman and not having the opportunity to be a mother yourself is torture. But very soon, we will tell you what Dwyane did to make Gabi's suffering unbearable. In the meantime, Union tried to become the mother that Wade wanted her to be, understanding and kind.
So when I became a stepmom, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. They have a mom, she's alive. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but like I'm here with them every day. Am I supposed to be a friend?
After all, his ex was the opposite. In August 2022, Siobhan Finch's Wade objected her husband in court for wanting to allow their trans daughter to change her name and gender. But in November 2022, Dwyane won the case, leaving Siobhan with nothing. She did not take the news well and accused her husband of profiting from kids. And she's right. After her transition, Xia walked the Miu Miu runway and starred with her stepmother in the Dove campaign. While the girl is underage, her income belongs to her mother and father. They managed to make money off their second daughter. The couple wrote 2 books, Shady Baby and Shady Baby Feels, about their baby Xavier.
It's cool to kind of be able to use her personality and turn it into this, this little girl that, a lot of people see in themselves.
One copy costs between $10 and $20, but thousands of books will add zeros to their impressive account. By the way, their son doesn't sit idle either. 21-year-old Xavier followed in his father's footsteps and was recently recruited to play basketball for the Salt Lake City Stars. Dad wanted the same fate for Xia, but her transition ruined the plan. Her mother, Siobhan, said so. She believes the facade of the best dad hides a hypocrite.
When our child comes home with a question, when a child comes home with an issue, when a child comes home with anything, it's our job as parents to listen to that, to give them the best information that we can.
It seems only after almost 10 years of marriage, Gabrielle start to get this. Yes, she was not the best stepmother, but Union followed her husband's lead. It was he who dissuaded her from continuing IVF and switching to surrogacy. He dreamed of a real daughter, although he already had one. It was he who fathered an illegitimate child so quickly Union's years of trying faded in comparison. In January 2013, the couple separated, and in November 2013, Metoyer gave birth to Dwyane's son.
Well, when it comes to my wife and I, yeah, that's hard. We gotta it's always there. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to my son, that's hard for him.
The already fragile relationship crumbled even more. The actress decided to marry this cheater in 2014 and tried to have a kid once again. And you know who told her to listen to Wade and agree to surrogacy? His son, Xavier. He could not stand this tension in the house, these fights, and thought a shared child would reconcile the parents. He was wrong. In 2020, 2 years after Xavier was born, another fight almost cost Gabi her life.
I fell into something so dark in December that it scared me. Instead of my usual problem solving, immediately my brain, that little inner voice said, he's never going to get it unless you're dead.
Fans are sure that the ghost of cheating has remained in this house. This fear makes the couple fight over and over. And Wade suddenly getting close to Xavier and I over the past couple of years leads people to think a divorce is not far off. After all, the boy used to be a rare guest in his dad's house, even despite Gabi's lies.
Is to make any of our children disposable. Is to, our home has to be everyone's sanctuary.
But not for a mistress child. A mistress who would be a replacement for his drama queen wife. Metoyer does not spend months away filming, but lives quietly with 3 kids in LA, selling Total Life Changes wellness products.
Xavier doesn't live with me, so we don't get to see each other every day like I do with my other kids.
It makes things challenging at times, but it's my job to make sure he never has to carry that weight.
Dwyane and Gabrielle's kids already carry the burden of their mistakes. They read news about an impending divorce. They don't see their mother, who is constantly busy with filming, and her brands, who may never forgive her husband for cheating and will do something terrible. Do you think the actress will leave or wait until Wade's new affairs are confirmed? Share in the comments and subscribe. There are more to this story.